That's
So
right.
what do you get, a GED, or do you actually get a diploma from, what is it, Ivy Ridge?
No, not even. They said they were an accredited school, but they weren't. They after I left, they're like, "We'll send you your diploma." A couple weeks later, oh, sorry, we can't send diplomas. Here's official transcripts, and then that's it.
So
So
let me ask you, why is this academy being documented by Netflix? What's the reason? There's this crooked, or what?
the reason, yeah, same thing, same kind of boarding
Are they
school.
prescribing meds as well?
I don't think they were doing. I think they might have been a little bit more above the board on that because they were in the United States, and but it was just there's videos, there's cameras in all different classrooms, and you could just see grown men slamming kids on their asses, slamming them on their faces. I mean, yeah, kids will fight, and they're trying to break up a fight, but it doesn't mean that you should, slam us down, brutalize us. They had a similar thing as the third floor from Mexico in New York, and it's like they'll take you up, they'll take you to the room with no cameras, and that's the room where anything goes. And
what's some of the craziest stuff you remember seeing, or even
So,
or experiencing?
So the craziest thing really is the riot. The riot's documented. They talk about it in the program.
So you were there during this riot that they talk
Oh
about?
yeah.
Tell
So
me
like
about it.
I was like the prodigal son in many ways, where I was the biggest fuck up, and whenever I did good, it was always like, oh shit, he's doing good. That's awesome. You could have someone else doing great the whole time. They don't get any accolades for it. So my mom got married. I got to level 4. You're not supposed to leave the boarding school until you're level 5 or 6. Because I finally made it to level 4, they're like, we'll let you fly home to your mom's wedding. So I fly to California. My mom gets married. Everyone gets drunk as shit. We're late to the airport to take me back. And because I was late, they're like, let's search through this guy's stuff really well and see if he's trying to hide anything. Well, I've always been into rap music, and I had all these lyrics in my head that I couldn't remember in the boarding school. So when I went home, I was just writing pages of this stuff down, and just having that written down, me bringing it back, that's an illegal items, and it dropped me of my privileges all the way back down to like the beginning of the beginning level.
No.
So like levels 1, 2, 3, line structure, walking around in military style. Levels 4, 5, 6, you get to walk around on your own. So you're kind of like you help the other people run the boarding school in a sense. So they dropped me from level 4 to level 2 on probation. So I'd come back from my mom's wedding, and my buddy, one of my best friends, had got dropped as well. And they're like, we'll put you guys as buddies. You guys are in the same room. You're both dropped. And that night I hear we're going to riot. And I'm like, oh shit, you guys have been planning on it? They're like, yeah, the whole time you've been
Now,
gone.
let me stop you here
rioting.
for one sec. How many people are we talking about in this school? Thousands,
think-
hundreds? What are we talking?
I think it was like 300 or something, or maybe a little bit more than 300 on
And
the
what are
guy
the
side.
age ranges? Is this a high school thing, like pretty much 9th to 12th, or are you going down into like middle school as well? Are there younger kids in there?
I think it was either 13 to 18 or 14 to 18 was the age range. So,
All right.
you can have an 18-year-old dude size bigger than a grown man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then you could have a 13-year-old little nothing. So the sizes
Almost
of some
every one of
people
those
were-
high schoolers is bigger than the little dude that came to get you originally. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, so you hear they're going to riot.
Yeah, so they're gonna riot tonight, and it says in the documentary. I always wondered who started the riot because I couldn't. After the riot, that person was gone. So if you watch the program, you'll get a little bit more detail about it. And so that night, someone goes to the bath. This is what I remember. That someone goes to the bathroom, and I hear him calling out numbers 456, 253, or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Next thing you know, someone opened the fuse box, starts ripping fuses out. All the alarms are going off, lights are flashing, everything's going crazy. People start busting the windows out. We had glass windows with wire mesh, so we couldn't escape. And so people are booting holes into those things. And I look out my window, and I just see people jumping out the window down the way from me. And behind my boarding school, it's like all marshland. It's like, Ogdensburg, New York. It's way up in the sticks. And it's just little teeny trees and, a foot of water. And these people are just barreling out there into it. And my point was like, man, I'm so far from home. If I run away, where the hell am I going to go? I'm like, I'll figure it out, I guess. But my first initial reaction was like, I'm not sure what I'm doing. My best friend had a sister. His sister was on the girl side. So our plan was
No
like,
way, they're in there at the same
yeah,
time. No.
oh yeah. So our plan's like,
That says
let's
more
go get your
about the
sister.
parents than anything, right there. To be honest.
Well, some people got sent there, and their sister would be the fuck up, and then they would just send both kids, and the son was like never got in trouble.
Oh,
I met a bunch of
shit.
people like that. Yeah, and so they had to go through all the same terrible shit we did, and they was like they're a straight A student, you know. So our plan is let's go get my buddy's sister from the girl side. Let's get the hell out of here. And so, you know, we start making our way. People are running our room trying to fight us. Night staff are trying to, you know, subdue people, and they're just getting wailed on. And these boarding schools had people from all over the world. It wasn't just the United States. There's people from Bulgaria, Germany, England, you know, those are the ones that I remember the most, but there's kids from all over the place. I remember my buddy Eugene. He's from Bulgaria. I go running past the computer room, and I just hear smash, smash, smash. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I stop and I look in the computer room, and he's got a wire whisk that's made for like a, you know, making the amount of food freaking for an army, right? Huge wire whisk. And he's just smashed computers. Boom, boom. And I'm like, Eugene, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Oh, hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam. In the middle of a riot. What's up, man?
Just keeps going, and I'm just like, oh man, this guy's nuts. So we keep running. You know, I seen there was so much glare, like you weren't allowed to really wear your shoes unless you were going outside. So a lot of kids were running around barefoot. There's broken glass all over the place. I remember seeing a kid step on glass and go sliding on it, and just blood trail behind him. He's just leaking. And so I'm like, oh shit, you know, we're trying just not to get killed. And, you know, at this point, it's complete chaos. The night staff, the amount of staff members they had there for night versus day was like, you know, cut down to a third. So they had no control over us. People are going nuts. So the girls' dorms were separated from the guys' dorms. So we go running through the gym because that's the only door that was like not two doors to get out. They had these glass doors that were like key fobs. You had to put the fob up to it. One door opens, you go out to that one, next door. So to the gym, there was just a single pair of metal doors. And we're like, if we can get through that doors, we're basically on the outside. So we go running through the gym. The door is already pried open. Someone already manhandled this metal door open. We're like, cool, we go right outside. And we're running across the, you know, soccer field trying to get over to the girls' dorms. Our plan is, let's get your sister and let's escape. He's from New York. I'm like, I'll follow them. Let's figure it out. So, you know, we have cops driving onto the campus because I think it says there's like 35 sheriffs showed up. There was sheriffs, National Guard, state police, all these different people showed up because it's like, you know, this place is going crazy. And so we're running across the soccer field, and I got cops rolling up to us, and they're like, you know, stop, get on the ground, put your hands up. And we stop, and I'm like, no, like, hey, we're upper levels. We're trying to help stop this riot. And they're like, oh, cool. So they literally give us a key to open the doors. I'm just holding this key. I'm holding this key like, now it's on, right? I'm going to let everybody free. We're all free. Let my people go. So we go running down the field. I'm opening the doors, and people are like coming out. And we go into the girls' side, and we're like, you know, trying to find my buddy's sister, but there's already cops over there. The cops are starting to like trying to calm everybody down. We could hear the girls' side on the radio. They're just like, all we would hear is just screaming and crying and wailing because they made it seem they like were letting the girls know that the guys were going to come over there and do stuff to them. You know, the guys' side is rioting. The girls' side has no clue what's going on. They're making it seem like we're going to come over there and hurt them, but all we want to do is get free. You know, everyone's tired of getting, you know, beat up, picked on. We're ready to revolt. And so we finally make it over there, and they see that it's not that bad. They're letting us basically like interact with the girls, talk with them. I got buddies that had sisters over there, and they're hugging their sister for the first time in months, crying, you know, everyone's freaking out. And it's kind of weird because it was a real big action at the beginning. Everyone's going nuts. And by the time I got over to the girls' side, everything was starting to lull down. The people that had ran and took off running, they're gone. Everyone else was breaking stuff, I guess, finally broke enough stuff and cut out as well. And so it kind of starts mellowing down. All these cops start showing up. And it's funny because that night, my memory is real foggy. I don't remember really. It's been 18 years since I've been out now. So my memory's foggy on some of it. That night, I don't remember what happened, but I remember the next morning, they're like, everyone that was an upper level, they got dropped. You get your level back again. Help us repair the school. Help us clean up.